Heyo, maybe, possibly, potentially, and welcome to Dragon Age Inquisition. Oh, hold on. Apparently, I'm in a. Hey, EA, can we stop doing that? Can we stop doing that for your games where there's just like an unnecessary blocked scene? What when you go to like boot up the thing? I'm sorry, I can't use the D-pad to go between these. Continue. I can't continue. Okay. Why are these times and dates so different? But yeah, wow. Back in 2015, man. So, yeah, Leah. Okay. I'm a level 12 rogue? Hey, can I be honest with you? I played this game back when I got like a PS4. It's one of the few games I actually have on disc. I had to put my disc into my PlayStation 5, and I honestly thought my PlayStation 5 was going to explode. Oh, look at me. I'm just like a human lady. Okay.
Man, and never to rule over him. Foul and corrupt are they who have taken his gift and turned it against his children.
Mother Giselle.
Herald of Andraste.
Can I help?
Is there anything I can do to help you or your people?
My healers would benefit from more supplies. We have run short of even common goods with so many wounded. If you could deliver this list and the items on it to Quartermaster Thren, she could get us what we need. It may not seem like much, but it would enable my healers to save many lives.
Okay. Okay. Well, whatever.
Farewell, revered mother.
Until next time.
Huh. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. It has been forever since I've last played this game. And yeah, I don't know. Apparently I'm a rogue. I was not expecting that. Okay. Alright, that's what I look like. Cool. Behaviors. Sarah? Dorian? Blackwall? Cole? Wait, what's happening? Dude, it's been forever since I played this game. I have no earthly idea what's going on. I don't know who I am. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, give me some options. Am I able to, like, change anything up? Yeah, I definitely want that. The fact that I can't navigate the menus with the D-pad is insane. Controls, audio, display. But yeah, I actually remember putting like a decent amount of time into this game. But I'll be honest, I don't remember like a single thing. I don't remember anything from like playing Dragon Age Inquisition. Like I remember a few vague things, but like, yeah, I don't know who I am, where I'm going, what I'm doing, or what I should be doing. I'm gonna go to the, like, head icon on the map if I can. Are these my companions? Who are you, head person? Gatsy.
Stone Met, Inquisitor.
Alright, Stone Met. Can you interpret the meaning?
Do you have insight into the stories these tiles are supposed to depict?
Tell you what, you finish one, and I'll write it up. Who better, right? A good dwarven perspective.
Okay.
Another time.
Best of the vein, Inquisitor.
Oh, you are companions.
Looking for someone to talk your ear off? I think I can oblige.
I have questions about Hawk, I guess.
I read your Tale of the Champion, and I have a few questions.
That's a pretty common reaction. Go ahead.
Yeah, Orsano's fate made no sense.
In the book, you say that first Enchanter Orsino turned himself into a giant monster made of corpses. How? Why?
Do I look like an expert on magical weirdness to you? Well, I can't tell you how. For the why, all I can say is he was desperate.
Okay. You made up the Arashok fight?
There's no way Hawk really could have killed the Arashok. It would have started a war with the Kunari.
I was told later that the Kunari disavowed his actions. Apparently, the Arashok didn't get permission before he attacked Kirkwall, and the Qun didn't want another exalted march. When they finally sent a ship to haul the wrecked dreadnought away, they just said, "We will never speak of this again." As far as I can tell, that's the Qun's version of an apology.
Where are their friends?
Where are the rest of Hawk's associates now?
Meryl decided to look after the elves left homeless by the fighting. She's done a pretty good job of keeping them away from the mages and Templars, so far. I guess she has plenty of practice avoiding stupid human battles with her old Dalish clan. Fenris has kept himself busy, hunting down the Tevinter slavers who came south to prey on the refugees. I'm not sure exactly where he is at the moment. You can usually follow the trail of corpses, though. Isabella went back to the raiders. She's calling herself an admiral now. I don't know if she's actually in charge or just has a really big hat. Might be the same thing, honestly. Hawk's brother Carver is still in the free marches, helping the Kirkwall Guard keep order. Aveline is still guard captain. I'm pretty sure Kirkwall would fall into the sea if she quit her job.
Huh, that's cool. Notorious Raider trash. What does that mean? Why did I unlock that? Is this supposed to be my throne where you sit and you like make decisions? Quarters. Wow, this is an old game. Wardrobe? Can I change my... I can change my casual wear. Austerity? Simple, eternal, beige. Be above reproach in both manner and dress with this classic style, patterned in white. Oh, I mean, I think Visati is going to be the best one, or however you say that. Yeah, there we go. That's nice. And the rich blues of the masked empire, while keeping your ensemble simple and sleek. Cool. Formal wear. The Midnight Tower. The Winter Palace. Oh, look at me. Wow. See, now this is the real game. Alright. Ooh. That one's kind of nice. Midnight Tower, though. Oh, my oh my. Pretty cool. Wow. Some of these are cool. Venture capital. Okay. Immortal? Eternal. Okay. Definitely outerwear. Probably Night Watch. Climb. I'll discover what secrets you hold, Dragon Age Inquisition. But yeah. This is like really weird. I'm realizing how very little I remember about this game. Like, here are the things I can tell you that happened. There's like a city area that I remember hanging out in. That area reminds me of like The Witcher 3. Then, I'm romancing, like, Josephine, I think? And then, yeah, honestly, I don't really remember much else. I'm getting, like, vague flashes of scenes and stuff. Solus!
Greetings.
I'm glad you're a good guy that would never do anything bad. Tell me about yourself.
I'd like to know more about you, Solus.
Why?
Yeah.
You're an elven mage. Not from the Circle, not Dalish. You're an unknown element. I wouldn't trust my life to a blade before I'd tested its balance.
Nor would I. All right. What can I tell you?
Oh, hell yeah. Why study the Fade, nerd?
What made you start studying the Fade?
I grew up in a village to the north. There was little to interest a young man, especially one gifted with magic. But as I slept, spirits of the Fade showed me glimpses of wonders I had never imagined. I treasured my dreams. Being awake, out of the Fade, became troublesome.
Alright, well that sounds dangerous.
Did spirits try to tempt you?
No more than a brightly colored fruit is deliberately tempting you to eat it. I learned how to defend myself from more aggressive spirits, and how to interact safely with the rest. I learned how to control my dreams with full consciousness. There was so much I wanted to explore.
Clearly you woke up. Just...
I gather you didn't spend your entire life dreaming.
No. Eventually, I was unable to find new areas in the Fade.
Why?
Two reasons. First, the Fade reflects the world around it. Unless I traveled, I would never find anything new. Second, the Fade reflects and is limited by our imaginations. To find interesting areas, one must be interesting.
Ooh. Weird, but good for you.
Well, it's not the worst reason I've heard to go out and enjoy life.
Glad to hear it. In truth, I have enjoyed experiencing more of life to find more of the Fade.
How so?
You train to flick a dagger or an arrow to its target. The grace with which you move is a pleasing side benefit. You have chosen a path whose steps you do not dislike because it leads to a destination you enjoy. As have I.
Alright, right on, man.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
I gotta say, this is like... I don't know, I'm really interested in what's going on. I'm just kind of like jumping in on the deep end. I'm not interested in talking to you. Dear Mia, I'm still alive. Your loving brother, Colin. Honestly, is it so difficult? We thought you were dead. Again. If the Inquisition was not on everyone's lips, we would have never heard that their fine commander survived Haven. We've been hearing strange things about the Templars lately. I am not sorry you left them. I thought your resignation was implied when you joined the Inquisition, but you meant something more, didn't you? It's a fool's errand asking you to stay safe, but please try. Your loving sister. See how easy this is, Mia? Oh, man. Talk to your sister, dude. Oh, can I chastise you for not sending a letter to your sister?
First the Templars, now the Grey Wardens. Both devoted their lives to fighting evil. Now they serve it.
They're not willing.
Not by choice. They were manipulated by Corypheus.
I'm not sure that's a comfort. The Inquisition must serve as an example. We must stand where others fall.
Oh. Okay, that's all.
That's all for now.
Another time then.
I was not expecting the immediate romance option. Also, by the way, any way to turn up the audio? Is my audio, like, maxed out? Hey, BioWare? I really hope you didn't keep this for your new game. Because, like, us... Home theater? What? Headphones. Thank you. Display. Yeah, it's all fine. But this game's really quiet, which I'm kind of surprised by. If anything, I would kind of expect this game to be loud. But yeah, my little note for BioWare developers: let me use the D-pad to scroll through menus. Because I don't know, maybe this is just like a me thing, but like for menus specifically, I love using the D-pad. It like for walking around, left stick every time, baby. But like for oh hey, you're in the new game, aren't you? What's new?
What's been going on?
Varric came by to talk. He told me a story about copper marigolds.
What are you doing here?
Shouldn't you be out there, scouting?
In a bit. We're in Skyhold for supplies and a change of personnel. Not me, though. Indispensable.
Tell me about yourself.
So, who's Scout Harding really?
Me? Oh, I'm no one. Lived near Redcliffe all my life. Herded sheep for my neighbor. When the Inquisition came through my village, I helped by telling them everything I knew about the area. Then I signed on. Wanted to see the world before it was swallowed up by that thing out there.
Cool.
Take care.
Man, I don't know. This is kind of rather interesting. It's so weird just playing this game. It looks so old. I don't know, it's really weird just like picking back up like 2015, almost fucking 10 years later. My God. That's insane, man. I was 14 last time I played this game. I'm 23 now. That's crazy. Also, hey, I'm just saying, for all the young men out there, all right, just because you make what is essentially the girl version of yourself in a video game, that doesn't mean anything unless you want it to, you know? Be who you want to be. Blackwall. I see a lot of people romancing you on the Tic Tacs.
If there's a chance we can stop Corypheus from destroying the Wardens, we can't let it slip away.
Special?
What do you think will uncover in Adamant?
Nothing good. Hearing the Warden's plan was bad enough. Now we'll see it firsthand. Best case, we find a nightmare. Worst, we'll find a nightmare, then die painfully. I still can't believe what they're doing. I thought I understood the Order.
Varric's friend Hawke said there were suspicions of corruption in Grey Warden ranks. Do you know anything about that?
Corruption? What sort of corruption?
Corypheus. He's been known to influence the minds of Wardens.
That could very well explain why so many have disappeared.
All but you.
Yes, disappeared. Not you, though.
Have I given you any reason to doubt me? One answer to this. Not this sounded in rumor.
I'm just going around being a rude a-hole to all my companions. Oh man, that's so funny. Oh, hello there. It's a lot of different horses. I don't have any of these guys. Hearts. I got a wild heart. That's cool. Exotics. You got none of these.
Inquisition?
Kim?
Waiting. Waiting. Storms are not inclined to wait. Hurry, so we can smash a glass and get to it.
What is that?
What do you mean by smash a glass?
I mean exactly that. We use concoctions to cover ourselves in the elements.
Like potions?
battle is no time for sipping. We use flasks of elements and smash them fast. It makes a mess, Inquisitor. That appeals, or it doesn't.
So, your name is just Kim?
Is your name a title? Keem seems
Keem.
underwhelming.
Should it be Tornado, or Gale, or Bluster Kerfuffle, Master of Windy Import?
Bluster
Tempest
Kerfuffle is the best
simplicity.
one. That should be your name.
Unpredictable does not mean foolish. Spirited does not mean arrogance. Let your enemies make those mistakes and pay the price time and again.
Well, start me on the path, man.
Very well, let's see where this leads.
You have the instruction. Focus for the only required moment and finish it.
What about you, Three Eyes?
I'm waiting, Inquisitor. If you don't have the patience for the job already, you'll find Artificer a poor fit.
Yeah, show me what's involved.
I'm ready to start learning.
What else do you want? Get to the job you have.
You guys are explaining nothing to me, and I refuse to do whatever dumb little task you have assigned for me. I'm the fucking boss. I don't know what my title is, but I'm the goddamn queen. Don't tell me what to fucking do.
The cook was in a jolly mood. She didn't shout at all, even when I dropped the ladle.
There's no end of it. I can store an army.
What? Wait, what's happening? Oh, I guess this is me exploring the area, the big castle. It's just a lot of reading, man. There's a whole lot of like dialogue, lines, writing, and I'm not gonna engage with like most of it. Hey, Josephine.
A pleasure.
Ooh, anything to report?
What do the people make of us?
We've gathered many favors among the nobility. They will be gently reminded of this.
How are our guests?
Any visiting dignitaries I should watch out for?
You may see the Countess Lutetia in the halls. A lovely woman, but her conversations tend towards the unusual. She's the patron of Orlay's greatest naturalists. The Countess's particular passion is collecting butterflies.
That doesn't sound unusual.
She goes into great detail about preserving them. It seems to involve large amounts of chemicals and pins. A pleasure.
Personal questions? What's it like living in Antiva?
What's the land like in Antiva?
The settled areas are quite lush. The vineyards run as far as the eye can see in some places. Antiva City, however, arches right up against the Rialto Bay. That's what I miss most. The sea crashing against the maze of the docks.
Aw.
I have difficulty seeing you wandering around a trading port.
Everyone in Antiva City spends time by the ships, my lady. The finest restaurants and poets all make their habitation by the sea. The waterfront's never still. Lanterns are lit along the promenade no matter what the weather. Oh, and the theater. If we're ever in Antiva City, I must take you there one day.
It'd be my honor to attend with such a lovely guide.
I shall hold you to it. Oh dear, should I send ahead for tickets? They always sell out before mid-season.
Tell me about the Montiliers.
Well, my parents are alive and in good health. They live in our estate in Antiva City. Of my 4 siblings, most attend to the running of the family vineyards. That reminds me, I must ask someone to make sure Yvette attends the spring reception at the palace. My youngest sister has no head for social engagements.
Why are you overseeing your siblings' social lives?
It's Antivan custom. After a certain age, the heir apparent runs the family's estate to prove they're worthy of succession. If you're unfit for the task, the heads of the house, usually one's parents, may decree a new heir.
What do these Antivan heads of the households do if they don't run it?
They work and provide guidance. I've taken advice from my parents. Well, mostly mother. Father's more of an artist. It's rather gauche, but we never can dissuade him from running his own salons. Between him and my siblings, mother's looking forward to my taking over the estate.
Can you run your family's business and be the Inquisition's ambassador?
I won't let it interfere with the quality of my work for the Inquisition, I assure you. But managing the estate is my duty. As much work as it is, I will not shirk it.
Is running your family's estate that important to you?
I'm responsible for their welfare. A Montilier never shuns their familial duty. Taxing as those duties can sometimes be.
Maybe your siblings could help lighten your burden.
You don't know them. But Lorien in charge, or Antoine, or Yvette? No, truly. It must be me.
Let's speak later.
Goodbye.
Alright. Fun. I like how her quill is just floating in the air. And summon the war console. Yeah, what's like journal? Dude, there's so much to do. Have Cullen, Liana, or Josephine investigate the disappearance of the Seekers. Okay. Liliana seems like she'd be good for that.
A pleasure.
But first... Oh. The two options?
I thought we might go somewhere a little more private for a while.
I have so much to do, but... Oh, let's do. After you.
What? This is gonna be like PG, right? Okay. Aww. Nice. Hey, listen, let's leave this room that we're in together with no one else, and let's go to the courtyard where there's like everybody.
When there was no sky maker, you were the sky.
Blood Lotus. Ooh, deep mushroom.
All men are the work of our Maker's hands. A foundation and...
Black Lotus. Ghoul's Beard.
When there was no earth, you were the earth. When there was nothing, you were everything.
Are hated and accursed by the Maker.
Okay, so that's Varric over there.
Inquisitor?
Ma'am. Who's over this way yonder?
When there was no sky.
Okay, Josephine is in here. Solus is here on the bottom floor. Do you have to go up to talk to other people? And then there's like a bunch of people like hanging out in the bar. I don't know, maybe they're downstairs? I feel like I'm gonna die. Okay, cool. Is there no fall damage? It's kind of sick. Do you get XP from reading things? Odd.
Inquisitor.
Oh, here's Cassandra.
Planning troop movements now.
I'm trying to imagine what it will look like when we're done. All of this once belonged to the Tevinter Imperium. Andraste changed that, as did the Blights. As for what will come next, I cannot guess the Maker's plan.
We make the world a better place.
Because everyone agrees on what better means. I know I want a world where people trust the Chantry and that trust is respected. I want to respect tradition, but not fear change. I want to right past wrongs, but not avenge them. And I have no idea if my wanting these things makes any of them right.
Nah.
Even if they're not right, they're certainly admirable.
Some would disagree. They would call it heresy.
That didn't sound like the ravings of a heretic, Cassandra.
Perhaps not. But it takes precious little effort to paint even an act of compassion as damaging. Tell me, what guides you? You make decisions that shake the world, yet always seem so assured. I wish I had your confidence.
Ooh. You admire me?
You almost sound like you admire me.
I absolutely do. I may not always agree with your decisions, but how many could do what you have done? You were a prisoner, accused and reviled, yet you've emerged from every trial victorious. The Maker's grace does not make you immortal. You live or die by your own hand. That is worthy of admiration.
I'm guided by what my conscience tells me.
Your conscience must speak more clearly than mine.
I doubt it, but I do my best.
Think of it. Like Andraste long ago, once again the fate of Thedas will be determined by a woman. It makes me proud to know you.
I appreciate that.
We still have a long road to travel, Inquisitor. Wherever it takes us, I'm glad you're here.
That's nice. I don't know why me and Cassandra are besties, but hey. Hey, don't block the door. Krem. Who the fuck is Krem? Yeah, Iron Bull. I know this guy.
How's it going?
Oh, I have nothing to say to you. Sorry.
See you later, Bull.
Nice talking with you, boss.
Who's singing? Oh, it's you. Where are the instruments coming from?
Something like that.
Inquisitor?
How can we use you?
Can you think of any other tasks suitable for the Chargers?
Nothing jumps out at me. If I come up with any ideas, I'll let you know.
Tell me about the Chargers.
Can we talk about the Bull's Chargers?
Certainly. What can I tell you?
Do the Chargers specialize in anything from a tactical standpoint?
Bull doesn't want us large enough to work as an army. We're better as shock troops, as skirmishers. We've got archers for hitting enemy infantry, Dalish with more archery, and Skinner and her people on the flanks. Rocky handles fortifications and traps, and Stitches keeps us all fighting. They mostly hold back. I'll lead the frontline fighters with Grim, and the Chief goes wherever he can hit something.
You said something about everything from bandits to magic trees. I'll admit to some curiosity.
Right. Sylvans. That's what Dalish called them. Apparently spirits can possess trees, too. Some noble in the Dales, and they really don't like it when you call them Dalish nobles, had a haunted forest. His family had abandoned the land, but he wanted it back. The Chief bought us all axes, and in we went. Between the axes and the torches, the Sylvans weren't too bad. Worst part was the squirrels.
Are there rules for how mercenaries operate?
If you don't want some noble to treat you like bandits, yes. There's also a code of conduct most companies hold to. Keeps things civilized on the battlefield. We accept surrenders for ransom from mercenaries, nobles, and soldiers wearing a lord's colors. Our prisoners are treated well, injuries tended. We'd want the same for any of ours who got captured.
We'll talk later.
Alright, well, anyway. I gotta use the restroom right quick, so enjoy some tunes. Or maybe not. Seems the tunes have run out. Okay, no, never mind.
Sarah was never an agreeable girl. Her tongue tells tales of rebellion. but she was so fast and quick with her bow. No one quite knew where she came from. Sarah was never quite the quietest girl. Her attacks are loud and they're joyful, but she knew the ways of nobler men, and she knew how to enrage them. She would always like to say, why change the past when you could own this day? Today she will fight to keep her way. She's a rogue and a thief, and she'll tempt your fate. She would always like to say, why change the past when you can own this day? Today she will fight to keep her way. A rogue and a thief, and she'll tempt your fate. Sarah was never quite the wealthiest girl. Some say she lives in a tavern, but she was so sharp and quick with a bow. Arrows strike like a dragon. Sarah was never quite the gentlest girl. Her eyes were sharp like a razor, but she knew the ways of commoner men, and she knew just how to use them. She would always like to say, why change the past when you can own this day? Today she will fight to keep her way. She's a rogue and a thief, and she'll tempt your fate. She would always like to say, why change the past when you can own this day? Today she will fight to keep her way. She's a rogue and a thief, and she'll tempt your fate. I feel sun through the ashes in the sky. Where's the one who guides us into the night? What's begun is the war that will force this divide. What's to come is fire and the end of time. I am the one who can recount what we've lost. I am the one who will live on. I have run through the fields of pain and sighs. I have fought to see the other side. I am the one who can recount what we've lost. I am the one who will live on. I feel sun through the ashes in the sky. Where's the one who guides us into the night? What's begun is the war that will force this divide. What's to come is fire and the end of time. I am the one who can recount what we've lost. I am the one who will live on. little sun through the ashes in the sky. Where's the one who guides us into the night? What's begun is the war that will force this divide. What's to come is fire and the end of time. I am the one who can recount what we lost. I am the one who will live on. I have run through the fields of pain and sighs. I have fought to see the other side. I am the one who can recount what we've lost. I am the one who will live on.
All right.
Fine day to you.
Cabot?
Inquisitor?
How's morale?
What's the current mood?
Obsequious.
Okay.
What's the word out there?
Someone requested a dragon flagon. I threw him out.
Where did you study? I assume you're trained.
In bartending? I'm no alchemist. You mix the bottles that don't taste like nug, and you pretend to listen. I suppose I trained at home, during feast day family visits. My specialty is ale. Old Antivan recipe. The secret is ale.
Cool.
You're a bit of a hard ass. Why are you here?
If I could fight, I'd be in a helmet. If I was a mage, I'd throw fire. Probably be dead. But I can't do anything. Just like the hundreds of people who can't do anything. Who make sure the thousands who can do something can do it. Besides, if you know a safer place than your castle, do share.
As you were.
Inquisitor.
Alright. Alright, I presume Dorian is up here, right? Or somebody is. Yeah, Dorian.
Something you need?
What's up with you, man?
It occurs to me that I barely know anything about you.
Beyond
You're
my
kind of
being
in the
a
dark,
mage from Tevinter,
huh?
you mean?
Beyond that, yes.
And beyond my being so charming and well-dressed, which is obvious to anyone.
If you say so.
You certainly think highly of yourself.
It's true. I could be more modest, but I'd be lying. Now, what was I talking about? Ah, yes, me.
I am the scion of House Parvis, a product of generations of careful breeding and the repository of its hopes and dreams. Naturally, I despised it all. The lies, the scheming, the illusions of supremacy. That's Tevinter in a nutshell, isn't it? Needless to say, my family was not happy with my choices.
What did you mean by generations of careful breeding?
The great families of Tevinter don't have children. They refine traits, weed out the undesirable, and promote the rest. My mother was chosen for my father because magic runs strongly in her blood. Never mind that they loathed each other. They wanted a son who could become Archon to make House Parvis the envy of the Imperium. They got me. A cautionary tale that you should be careful what you wish for.
Why would your family be upset with your choices?
Because I rejected their idyllic plan. If they had their way, by now I'd be married to some unlucky girl from a powerful family. We'd live in luxurious despair, despising each other as I waited to take my father's place in the magisterium. I declined the honor, and thus it's best I'm far from home. Less of an embarrassment that way, you see?
I'm getting the impression that you don't care much for your homeland.
On the contrary, I care for my homeland a great deal. There's so much potential. Sadly, we squander it. We refuse to acknowledge how far we've fallen because pretending is easier. We pretend the Qunari can be beaten. We pretend that we're superior to everyone, even our own people. Not everyone feels that way. I don't. Sadly, we're the minority.
It just seems... So much of what you say about the Imperium is entirely negative.
It might sound that way. For all our faults, my people have many virtues. We are laden with history and culture. Tevinter is where Thedas truly began, remember? We treasure our past and preserve it. You can walk down a side street and find nothing built during the modern ages. And despite appearances, we care. Deeply. About everything. We have no reserve, not in war and not in love. If I truly believed my homeland was beyond all hope, I wouldn't miss it so much.
Why remain with the Inquisition? Why not go back to Tevinter?
I'm not exactly welcome back home. Not that it matters, I'm quite accustomed to being a pariah. It adds to my charm. I can do more for Tevinter here. If the Venatori succeed, it'll set my homeland back 1,000 years. I'm sure some Magisters would disagree, but that's why we kill them.
I think I've heard enough.
That's too bad. I never tire of talking about myself.
I should go.
You know where I'll be.
I kind of like Dorian. He's kind of, dare I say, based. I don't know. It just seems like a sick guy. But yeah. I don't know. Also, even though he's like the most interesting character I've talked to so far, I'm like now just realizing like I don't know how little I care for like fantasy RPG world building when that world building consists almost entirely of just fucking names and like places. It's like it's like I don't know. I don't give a shit about Tevinter. Like, tell me about it. Like, I'm more curious about like the people, the culture. Like, what do you guys do for fun? What's interesting? Like that's why Dorian was a bit interesting to listen to because it's like, oh, he's talking about like he's talking about various bits from his like from his homeland, giving like some context to it. Where it's just like, I don't know, man, when you're just like, oh, yes, blah, 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 word, place, thing. I'm like, oh, fucking, I don't care. Anyway, well, let's talk to more people. See who makes for good conversation. So, yeah, is there, like, another person up on the tippy top? How would one get there?
It is beneficial that you resolved the issue I presented, Inquisitor.
You were made tranquil.
Yes, I am tranquil. It was necessary due to a willful nature that made wielding magic a dangerous endeavor. I remember that being a difficult time, but I cannot remember why. My skills are well used in my current position.
How can you serve the Inquisition?
I am to aid in the research of all creatures encountered in your efforts as leader of the Inquisition.
What makes you particularly qualified?
I remember being fond of animals. I don't remember why.
What is your evaluation of how we're doing?
Adequate, based on the partial improvements to Skyhold.
Skyhold.
As you were?
Yes, Inquisitor.
That's what this place is called. Check this guy out. Oh, I thought they had mutton chops. I thought they were rocking like some really awesome mutton chops, and I was like, oh, but then it's like, no, they're just wearing like a cloth thing on their face.
It doesn't surprise me you found the Wardens mixed up in all this. From first-hand experience, you should be wary anytime my old order is involved.
You were once a Grey Warden.
Mine is an unusual circumstance, Inquisitor. Normally one is part of the Order until death. But long ago I found myself stripped of what made me a Warden. They tried to reinitiate me, but nothing worked. Nor could they figure out how it happened. So I was sent to the Circle of Magi, the first Warden ever to be kicked out. Quite the achievement.
You sound happy about it.
Becoming a Warden seemed like a dream when I was first conscripted. Towards the end, however, my brothers and sisters, they felt I had somehow cheated death. I was glad to leave. It also made me unique in the Circle. I had an opportunity to do more than I ever could as a Warden.
So, by the way, fun fact. That's actually... Yeah, dude, this is so funny. So, there's like a game I actually saw on like the PlayStation Store as I was just scrolling through, because sometimes I like to do that, see if there's like a game that sparks my interest. And there's a game called Slitterhead, and I saw that like Second Wind, the YouTube channel, with Yahtzee from Zero Punctuation and other people too, I presume, but I just know Yahtzee. But I go to click on the live stream, and there's just like a full nude sex scene, like tits out, and I'm like, what is this game? Ooh. Yeah, I'm curious to see how the Slitterhead game is received. Anyway, you started the rebellion. Sorry, I briefly tuned into another live stream, and there was just like full on like sex. And then like the lady, her head turned into some like weird monster that then like inserted like a appendage into the guy's brain and started like sucking out his brain or whatever. And I'm not saying that she was giving him top. No. I think the guy was still inside of her, you know? So like that his particular appendage was not available. So it's oh my god, Jesus Christ. Anyway.
You mean you began the Mage Rebellion? I pushed for our vote to free the circles of Magi, but I cannot claim sole responsibility for what followed. Still, despite all the chaos, I would do it again. What happened had to happen.
Alright, cool. Hey, I respect that. You know what? You wanna know what I don't respect though? Why, like, I don't know, man. I feel like I've taken like so many steps back playing this game after playing through Mass Effect. Where it's like, I really liked Mass Effect. I really liked the first Mass Effect. Mass Effect 1, I think, is really great. Mass Effect 2 is pretty good. I got like a little annoyed with some of the gameplay elements of that game. But other than that, Mass Effect 2 is pretty good. Had probably an overall better story. But I was a little disappointed because I was romancing Liara as a lady femshep, and then it's like you only get to interact with her in the DLC. It's like, come on, Liara was like the most iconic character. Well, I don't know. Is Liara the most iconic character from the Mass Effect series? Because I would say it's probably debatable between her, Garrus, and Tali. Probably Garrus is like #1 most iconic male character in Mass Effect, but like I think, well, technically she's not even a lady, the Asari are very interesting. I like the Asari a lot as a concept. I don't know, I do really like Garrus in the fact that he like is super alien. You know, it's like he's like, I don't know. I like when games with like space stuff and sci-fi actually like go the distance to make their aliens like unique and interesting looking. Like I just recently finished up Dead Space, and I don't want to spoil anything, but there are some interesting monsters in Dead Space. But they're not the necromorphs. I find the necromorphs to be pretty boring. Like, they're kind of interesting on first blush, but after you've, like, sliced and diced a million of them, you don't really care that much about them. But, like, the boss monsters in Dead Space, they're sick, man. I really liked the last one. The last one was so cool. Anyway. and genuinely a bit creepy. But yeah, why the fuck can you not, like, remember that, like... First of all, A, I should be able to use the touchpad or the D-pad for this. And B, if I, like, hover over an option, leave my hover there. Why do I have to, like... I don't know, it's like, it's too much interactions, man.
You're not still the Grand Enchanter, then?
Any claim I had to the title ended along with the Circles of Magi, although some still call me by it. Perhaps the Circles will one day be resurrected. If so, another will take the position. Until that time, I lead my fellow mages by default. I will do what I can for them.
Alright, cool.
You believe they'll recreate the Circle of Magi after all this?
It depends on who the next divine is, and what she offers. We can't go back to the way things were. But endless warfare benefits no one. That is why I agreed to Justinia's conclave. There must be another solution.
I've been meaning to ask, how exactly did the Venatori take control in Redcliffe?
Mages constantly found their way to us while we were there. Stragglers, most of them strangers. I had no way of knowing some were actually Tevinter. They spread whispers, encouraged talk of an alliance, and we were desperate. I'm not proud of our choice, but we were certain Templars were coming. It could have ended far worse.
Alright, well, everything is well?
I trust everything is well with the mages.
There have been a few scuffles with your Templars, but overall, it is going well.
Cool.
I'll leave you to it.
Yeah, surely this leads up. Yeah, look at me here. I figured out the architecture. Oh, is Liliana up here? I feel like this is where Liliana is. I remember her only because she's, like, in the beginning of the game, and she's from, like, the previous game, too. Hey, is she from Origins or Dragon Age 2? Because she's from one of them. And can't you romance her in one of those? I don't know. There was a while, there was a good long while when on my TikTok I just kept getting clips of like Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2. I just got like a bunch of like clips from those games, which was kind of nice because unless those games get a remaster or a port to like modern consoles, I don't think I'm gonna play them. You know. But yeah. Anyway. Liliana.
Service, my lady.
Any updates?
Anything I should know?
Our agent stationed near Adamant reports strange sounds. Curious lights around the fortress. At least 2 scouts have gone missing. We must make our move, and quickly.
They called you the left hand of the Divine.
That they did. What of it?
I guess nothing.
I'd like to hear about Justinia. What was she like?
A friend. A mentor. Like me, she had secrets. Made mistakes. It made her human. I think her followers responded to that.
Oh.
Was there something more than friendship between you?
You're asking if we were lovers? Typical. I was devoted to her, therefore it must be romantic. Love is common. Love is simple. My bond with Justinia was something greater. She was a sister, a mother, a teacher. So to answer your question, yes, it was more than friendship.
I don't know why you thought I meant it like that. I mean, I was just asking questions. I don't know fuck all. Tell your goddamn crows to shut the fuck up. Alright, I don't want to hear a crow unless they're speaking English and they got like a sophisticated British accent, and then there's another one that has like a Cockney accent that's like, oi, I heard a rumor. Oi, I got a good rumor for you. Oh, this guy, he's going to tell you all about the... I don't know what accent this is, I'm sorry. Oi, Ranger. Oi, Ranger. I got a... Oh, man. Alright.
How did you and Justinia meet?
I met her a long time ago, before she became divine. Before she was Justinia. When I met her, she was Mother Dorothea. I was at my lowest. Broken, lost. And she saved me. No, wait. She hates it when I say that. I saved myself. She just showed me it was possible.
Is she not fucking dead?
We'll talk more later.
Alright, I don't want to talk to you again, Liliana. Liliana? I don't know what your fucking name is. Ooh, that's cool. Look at that big old picture of a mountain. I could eat it. I could eat that fucking mountain. Alright, let's go talk to V lady. I don't remember how to say her name. Vicona? It's V-I something. V-I-C something. Oh no, it's Vivian. Sorry, Vivian.
Yes?
How's it going?
I wanted to ask you about the Circle of Magi.
Of course. What do you wish to know?
You must have an opinion of the Templars after living so long in the Circle.
Having opinions about Templars, my dear, is exactly like having opinions about mages or Navarrans or men. I have known some who were impossible to endure and some who were utterly charming. I have suffered insults at the hands of those in the armor, but no more than I endured from nobles or tradesmen in Val Royal. Personally, I have found the Templars a useful tool, skilled at keeping more unpleasant elements at bay.
Alright. So, anyway, a couple of things I want to do if I'm going to keep playing. A, that is a foamy beer. And then the other thing, the more fun thing, just gonna have a little gummy, just a little gummy for me. Oh man, that one smells good. Tastes good too. It's watermelon. Anyway, sorry to interrupt. Continue on.
If the Circle disbanded, how can you still belong to it?
The Circle is an idea, my dear, and an idea cannot be dissolved. Many of the first enchanters voted for rebellion, caring little that anything short of a unanimous decision would pit mage against mage. Rather than dissolving it, Grand Enchanter Fiona's vote split the Circle in two. The rebels follow her, the loyalists follow me.
If you led all the loyalists, why are you only First Enchanter and not Grand Enchanter?
Grand Enchanters are elected, and since there are no First Enchanters besides myself, no vote can be held. I could name myself Grand Enchanter, but the title holds no meaning now. When the circles are restored, that will change.
What was it like to live in a circle?
My dear, your question is the root of all problems with mages. I cannot tell you. Every circle was different. Their Templars were different, their politics unique. And every person within each tower had an experience of circle life unique to themselves. Some people suffered and some were content. Some were cruel, some compassionate, and some indifferent. The same is true of people everywhere, in all circumstances, whether they are mages or not.
So tell me about your personal experience with the Circle.
I enjoyed life in the Montsimard Circle, my dear. It was an edifice devoted to knowledge and refinement. And mages need the company of other mages. No one else can truly understand the challenges we face, nor see the world as we do.
You must have been under constant supervision, being forced by Templars to live in the tower. Was that hard to endure?
My dear, I have a suite in the palace and a wing at my dear Duke Bastien's estate. I've never been forced to live anywhere. Most circles allowed mages to live away from the tower, either on their own or in service to the nobility. All that was required was permission from the first enchanter. Some circles were harsher in their restrictions. Kirkwall was the worst, but it was the exception. Most were quite permissive, perhaps too permissive in retrospect.
How did we come to this state with the circles in revolt?
A failure of perspective that infected circle leadership. Mages lived solely in a world of Templars and mages. They could not even imagine what was beyond the tower walls. Kirkwall gave the world a reason to remember its fear of magic. A mage killed hundreds with a snap of their fingers. Across Thedas, a new, tangible fear of magic grew. Commoners and nobles alike called out to the Chantry for protection. But the malcontents in the towers thought nothing of this. They cared only for themselves and for their anger at the new Templar restrictions. When a mage attempted to assassinate Divine Justinia, again, the mages protested the investigation. The leadership chose to vote on independence based on the intolerable conditions imposed by the Templars, sparing no thought to the fact that magic was more feared in the aftermath of these attacks than it had been since Tevinter's day. So long as they had their freedom, they could care little for riots, angry mobs, or about pitting mages against each other.
Are you familiar with Grand Enchantment?
I love just fucking going through this line of like
Before her horrendous
dialogue options. I'm like, please just tell me everything.
Her adequate at her job. In her dotage, she could not handle looking after the well-being of so many people. We would have done better to replace her years ago, to let her spend time gardening.
Did they have cause to rebel?
In the aftermath of their terrorist attacks? Was that really the most opportune time to break away? By all means, protest abuses by the Templars. Just don't do it in a way that says mages support wholesale murder. By voting when they did, my colleagues all but declared war upon the ordinary people of Thedas. A war in which we are outnumbered 100 to 1.
I thought the fighting was only between mages and Templars. Why are mages fighting mages?
The vote for independence was carried by only a small margin, but Fiona chose to let the motion stand. Those who opposed a rash declaration of war against the entire free world had little choice. By breaking from the Chantry when they did, the rebels declared themselves in support of mass murder. Anyone who did not wish to support terrorism and the slaughter of innocents was forced to take arms against the rebels. Yes?
She is stanced the fuck up. I gotta appreciate that. Tell me about yourself.
I'd like to know more about you, Madame Vivienne.
Madame?
What would you like to know?
I would like to know about you, Madame Vivienne. Sorry. Anyway.
Your accent's not Orlesian. Where exactly are you from?
I am from the Circle, my dear. One's country of origin rarely matters there. But if you must know, I was born in Wycombe in the Free Marches. I was sent to the Ostwick Circle, but I transferred to Monsignor while still an apprentice.
I'm curious how a circle mage winds up a courtier.
Nobody winds up at court, my dear. It takes a great deal of effort to arrive there. I caught the eye of Duke Bastien de Ghislaine, an advantageous connection that opened many doors. When the position of Enchanter to the Imperial Court became vacant, I was able to secure it.
You're married to the Duke de Ghislaine?
Of course not, my dear. Don't be ridiculous. Marriage is the business of alliance and inheritance. I'm Bastien's mistress.
And what does the Duchess de Ghislaine think of this arrangement?
We got along quite well. Duchess Nicoline and I used to host musical salons together. She was a great patron of the arts. She passed away from a fever a few years ago. Poor dear.
What duties does a court enchanter have?
I am tasked with providing assistance to the Empress on arcane matters. Most of my predecessors restricted this to lighting lamps and doing parlor tricks. In such troubled times as these, however, I provide political advice to Her Majesty on the subject of the Mage Rebellion.
Do you think that you and I might someday...
I don't see how that benefits me in the slightest, my dear.
Fucking snap. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's how you do a fucking rejection, baby. Yeah, sorry, I don't see what gain I get. Fair. Fair and fucking real. Is Vivian a companion? I'd like her to be in my squad. She's great. Alright, well, I'm gonna go to, like, the war room, I guess. Let's go talk to Cullen. I think he's, like, the last dude I haven't talked to. I could talk more with Solus or, like, a couple other people, but, fuck it. I don't care. What are you doing?
Inquisitor?
Yeah, anything I should know, man?
Is there anything I should know?
I'd gotten used to mages disliking me on principle. Vivienne's views on Templars are surprisingly traditional.
Okay.
What do you think of the people you work with?
Who do you mean?
Fucking Josephine?
What do you think of our ambassador?
Your opinion is more important than mine where Josephine is concerned. As an ambassador for the Inquisition, she is skilled. We are fortunate to have her.
How do you like working with Leliana?
Leliana.
The Inquisition would not exist without her. I may not always agree with her methods, but she's more passionate about our cause than anyone. Cassandra may have declared the Inquisition publicly, but Leliana is just as responsible for its formation.
Are you satisfied with the Inquisition's forces?
Our soldiers are well disciplined and committed to the cause. Templars and mages are not used to seeing each other as allies, but they are working together well enough thus far.
I should let you get back to work.
I will say, I do find this whole, like, Templars versus Mage thing to be, like, to be kind of a... you know, I think I get it, but it's a bit of a weird conflict. It's like... It's like if you're in an army and, like... Actually, no, I guess this would kind of make sense. But it's like you're a swordsman and you're like, I don't fucking like these goddamn archers. And it's like, guys, together you make for a pretty good fucking team. I don't know why we're all pissy at each other, you know? But then again, I don't know shit, man. I don't remember. There seems to be like a long, sordid fucking history between the mages and the cocksuckers. Sorry, Templars. Aren't the Templars like my people? don't I own them? I am part of the Inquisition after all.
Try not to touch the leeches. They are quite delicate.
Okay. Also, Vivian mentioned an Empress. You're telling me there's a fucking Empress and it's not me? It should be me. Fuck you. Buy and sell. What do you have here, man? I don't see how that helps me.
Your worship.
Bonnie Sims?
I am at your service.
You look fucking cool.
How are you doing? Good business?
Building. Always building. Thanks to you.
Who or what are the tradesmen?
A following of sympathetic and profit-minded individuals who promote local craftsmen and fair importers. A guild of sorts. Although that implies counter-affiliations we are not interested in crossing. Our purpose in the Inquisition is legitimate and honorable. You will have what you need at honest prices.
Sorry about that guy dying.
It's a shame Segret didn't survive Haven.
It is, but one must continue.
That's it?
He was a shrewd man, but he was none too pleasant. It was time arrangements were made. I shall make every effort to prove that this is an upgrade.
Hell yeah. What can you do for me?
What do you bring to the Inquisition?
What you need, and more. It takes great coordination to make a remote location seem central. While there is no doubt the boutiques of Val Royeaux display the grandest of the grand, they do not travel. At least, not yet.
Why are you a mere merchant if you're the master of this group?
I wish to avoid the suggestion that I am a posturing commander atop a structure of malcontents. It is better to remain active, hands-on. Do you not agree, Inquisitor?
Yeah.
We'll speak another time.
Of course, Lady Inquisitor.
Damn, son. These are all expensive. I need money. All right. Well, let's call a meeting, call a war room or whatever. Oh shit. Hello.
Yes?
What do the people make of us?
We've gathered many favors among the nobility. They will be gently reminded of this.
Cool.
Let's speak later.
Farewell.
Alright, war room me then. New to the crew. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, here we go.
Let's see what we have.
Can I be honest? This is like one of the lamest things in games. Just like, oh hey, why don't we go ahead and
all right,
and have all this like fucking unnecessary shit where people are just fucking like waiting hours to do stuff. All right. Okay, cool. Red Jenny and the Bad Goods. Alright. Yeah, where's Sarah? Okay.
Let us begin.
Well, cool. I wish I had done that earlier. Because I've just been fucking around for half a goddamn hour. Cassandra disapproves. Why are you disapproving me, Cassandra? For what purpose? Journal? Quest map. Okay. Varric, Vienna, Josephine, Cole. Who the hell is Cole? Is that Hawk? Okay. Sarah's there.
Your worship.
Let's go see if A, I can't find Cole, and then B, if I can't find Sarah. Sutherland? Oh, there you are, Sarah.
So we're attacking wardens now. That's pissing great.
Is your network of contacts still active after what happened?
After Lord Arsehole and Vishal? Of course. He may have killed people, but that just means there's more who hate him. You should be one of them. But maybe not. So watch out for that.
Okay.
We annoyed some nobles. Does that really help all that much?
Gets you paid, for one. You seem happy enough about that. I don't get what's so hard to understand. Your stuff works the same. Your Inquisition, I mean. Punch a bully, people like you. Do it because they asked, or let them think they asked. They like it even more. It's inspiring, even if it sometimes goes tits up and they take a hit back. You know, like Haven.
Alright, fair point.
I get it, kind of. We just don't think of what you do as that kind of inspiration.
Well, we should take a good hard look at where our people come from. All the same people. At least my baddies are understandable. No kicking in the sky there.
We'll talk another time.
It's all good, innit?
In it. So yeah.
Thank you.
Cole, who the fuck are you?
He was their enemy the whole time, but she made him forget, so he could change.
So, Cole. Someone found a barrel full of misplaced daggers. Was that you?
They were safer there.
Safer than on someone's belt, where they could draw them in the heat of an argument?
They would have been sad later.
Someone stole an entire cheese wheel.
Mice like cheese.
Do mice also like bowls of crushed mint?
That was for the cats.
Aww.
So the cheese lures the mice, and the mice lure the cats, and then they smell the mint.
Mint makes the cats dance and play.
Then the cook laughs at the cats instead of yelling at the scullery maids.
Kitchen fires are hot, like when Haven burned. The old cook lies under rocks. His head is in pieces. She needs to make it all work, so nothing will burn again. But if she laughs, she forgets for a while.
I like Cole.
I'd like to talk about what happened to you before we met.
What do you want to know?
You said Seeker Lambert told you what you were.
I'm hiding Reese from him, but he chants words and sees. I won't let you hurt Reese. My nose explodes, a shower of blood. Just another parasite that's wormed its way into our world, feeding off all the things you can't have. What we found at Adamant made him angry. We were the first rock rolling at the top of a mountain. He had to stop us. He killed so many. He didn't care. Cold, corrupt. So I came and killed him.
If you hated Seeker Lambert, why go to the Seeker Fortress?
Because he was right. I was a demon. I saw demons at Adamant. They put people in the dark, in the old hurts. I didn't want to be that. I heard the old songs of the Templars at Val Royeaux and followed them. If I forgot, fought, fell to felling, Templars would kill the demon. I wouldn't hurt anyone again.
What can you tell me about Reese?
He was a mage. He saw me when most couldn't, and he remembered. He helped me, and I watched over him. I worried Evangeline would hurt him. She was a Templar, but she didn't like hurting people. When I left, she stayed. Now she watches over him. They should have been with the rebels. Maybe they ran away together instead. Neither of them like killing.
If you like, I could use the resources of the Inquisition to locate your friend.
No. If they are alive and safe, they should stay away. The last time he saw me, he didn't want to look at me. He saw a monster. Let him forget.
What did you mean when you said you killed mages?
Some of the mages at the Spire wanted to die. Too sad, too scared, too much. I didn't know what I was. A ghost, I thought. Fading in the fade. When I came to them, they could see me. I used the knife to set them free. When Reese found out, he made me stop, made me understand. There were other ways to help. I didn't know.
You wanted to free them from pain and fear. You shouldn't be ashamed of that.
I am. I didn't know. I could have helped more if I'd known. If I hadn't been so... me. It was wrong. I was wrong. If I start again, you or Cassandra or Cullen need to kill me.
What can you tell me about Adamant Fortress?
It is old, full of sadness and pain. It should be torn down. The veil is thin. We found a demon there. It had touched a man and made him real again. It scared Reese and Evangeline. The man wasn't supposed to be real. Then the demon found us. It put me back in the cupboard on the bad day. Reese and Evangeline saved me.
I'll talk to you later.
Probably.
Aw. I really like Cole. Also, I remember this song. This song I remember. Like, as soon as she started singing the song, I'm like, I know this fucking song. This song's great. Everyone shut the fuck up. Guys, shut the fuck up.
As you once were blind in the light, now you can sing. In our strength we can rely, in history will not repeat. Enchanter, come to me. Enchanter, come to me. Enchanter, come to see. Can you come to see? As you once were blind in the light, now you can sing. In our strength we can rely, in history will not repeat.
Oh, I fucking love that song. That song rules. That song fucking rocks. What's this? Herald's Rest. Alright, cool. But yeah. Enchanter, come to see. Enchanter, come to me. I remember that fucking song. That's crazy. It's crazy how the fucking human mind works, where it's like, I remember fuck all and jack shit about this game, but like that song, as soon as it started playing, I'm like, I know that fucking song. Man, kind of cool. Anyway. How do I fucking do shit? How do I play the real fucking game? Alright? I love being fucking Mr. and or Mrs. fucking, King of the goddamn castle. But, like, where the fuck do you actually go to, like, fucking do shit and do quests and what have you, you know?
With allies come enemies, and now we have a place to hold them.
Oh. Not a job, this. Structural fractures throughout, major blocks shifted, it's settled over an age or more, so the workers shore it up and call it stable. I don't recommend rebuilding, and we changed the weight distribution, might stress cracks we can't see. Seen failures like this before, in dams, with the pressure of a flood behind them. Cause that in a prison this size, I didn't want to know. Alright. Good to know. Enchanter, come to me. Enchanter, come to me. Enchanter, come to see where you are. Some fucking words, oh man. Ugh. I wish I had, like, any ounce of, like, musical talent. Like, I can't keep a beat, I can't fucking sing, I can't do jack fucking shit music-wise. Shut the fuck up! Alright? I understand that I'm, like, the leader of the religious zealots, but, like, shut the fuck up. Alright? You know, I don't know, man. I'm not a religious guy, but if God was, like, provably fucking real, if, like, God came down and fucking, like, smited me or something, or, like, I saw them smite someone else, I'd be like, alright, yeah, I fucking got your back, God. Who the fuck are you, Shroud?
We tracked Ehrman to Adamant Fortress. Hopefully we can stop this madness before it goes any further.
Alright. Hey, you know about Corpheus?
Corypheus was in a warden prison, right? So you must know something about him.
I know little, and that much only because of my relative seniority. Most wardens have never heard of him. When I suggested Corypheus might have something to do with the calling, the warden mages turned on me. I trained some of those. If I knew any more of Corypheus, I would share it, your worship.
What's it like, being a warden? I can't even imagine.
It's been a long time since I was anything else. It becomes your life, searching out Darkspawn, killing them, ensuring no one ever knows how close they are.
How could they do this?
How could the wardens willingly sacrifice their own members to summon demons?
I mean, shit sounds sick to me. I don't know about you.
Dedicate themselves to fighting the Blight. no matter the cost. Our actions may be brutal, even reprehensible, but we know that the alternative is worse.
Yeah, this guy's sick.
The sacrifices. It's too far even for me. But I can understand them making the decision. Had I not known Corypheus was involved, I might have bowed my head and accepted my orders.
We'll talk later.
I will say, man, that's a fucking move. To like take your like paladins or Templars or like people who essentially live by like a strict code and then have them like fucking sacrifice themselves and do evil shit so that way demons come and they fucking fight the war. That's sick. That's some sick fucking shit. Enchanter, come to me. Anyway. I want to find out how to fucking do shit. Fast travel. Oh, I can only fast travel in this fucking area? Okay. So go to the war table to aid Empress du Lion. Lion? Lion? I walk from the fucking goddamn Jesus Christ. Dude, I'd be fucking miserable in a goddamn temple. I'll tell you that much. Fucking wandering around and people just like reciting prayers and fucking talking about nothing interesting. Oh my god, I'd fucking like start eating the fucking stone fucking tiles or something. Undercroft. Take me to the under area. Oh, storage. I got nothing in storage. Harriet.
Inquisitor.
Any thoughts?
Have you any thoughts about the people we lost at Haven?
Yes.
Care to share?
No. It hurts and I don't want to spit on your efforts. You saved who you could. We have to be happy with that.
Aww.
I'll be back later.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Well, how are you?
Hi, Dagna. You seem cool. What are your skills?
What is it you do, exactly?
I was born to the forge. That's literal in this mythcast. So the hammer and tongue, that's like a heartbeat. But you've a man for that already, and a good one. I'm here because of my passion for magic. Magical study, magical theory, magical enchantment, and through it, the manipulation of masterworks. I studied it all with an objective eye. No secrets, no fears. That lets me apply principles like no other. Maybe one other, but I don't have that wonky of a mind, so I still kind of win.
Alright, cool. Tell me about enchanting.
What's the story with enchanting?
Lyrium is the heart. In certain rational patterns, it beats like something alive. That's how I see it. So, a mage can make your weapons do things, but with the right runes, the right rarities, your toys become wonders. It's the one thing mages can't do. Drives them mad. Literally. Dwarves are resistant, so it doesn't affect us. Mostly.
Alright, cool. So, you make masterworks?
You have the ability to make exceptional weapons and armor. Masterworks?
There's an art to the forge, as well as enchanting. You need an ear for it. And hands. Eyes, too. Nothing bad to say about Herod on that front. He's wonderful. But there's this little more needed. With the right bits, an edge can be more than an edge. Armor can do more than protect. A hue can be just a bit brighter. In short, smithing can be more. In short.
Another time, Dagna.
Of course. Bring me what you want made, and I'll make sure it goes just right.
Dagna's the fucking best. Holy shit. Ooh, cool. Bunch of new stuff. Craft armor. Scout coat. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, fucking give me the free marches. Yeah, free marches. I don't know what the free marches are, but they sound cool. Alright, right on. Equip potions. I don't give a shit about that. You can fuck off. Tint armor. Oh. Ooh. This is kind of cool. Alright, cool. Why can't I sit on my throne and make fun decisions? Oh yeah, let's go to the command room. So, what are, like, some fucking quests I can do? Can someone tell me how I actually go out in the world and I do quests? Because I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, man. Alright. Okay. Okay, so looking at various areas, I got like 12 quests to do here. Okay, I don't know. Just send me here. Who am I gonna have with me? I'm gonna have Sarah. Gonna have Cassandra. And then... I'm between either Vivian or Cole. Let's have Vivian.
Nothing to report, sir.
Nothing?
Nothing to report, sir.
Also, I fucking hate the thing they do in, like, fantasy RPGs where they call everyone Sir, S-E-R, as a way to not, like, not have to record multiple voice lines for, like, the different genders. I say, fuck you, call me ma'am. God damn it. Interesting.
It's just what I am.
Anything you need, Corporal Vale?
Nice work clearing out those bandits. That will make it much easier to bring in supplies.
Is there anything we can do to help people deal with the cold?
I asked the Inquisition to send blankets. You'd think I was asking for a wagon of raw lyrium. A recruit named Whittle is trying to make what we can bring in last. If you have any ideas, talk to him across the road.
Farewell.
And you as well.
You're certain?
Yes, sir.
See? What did I tell you?
I'll ask around again tomorrow. Just what I am.
Thank you.
You've an eye, I can tell. I've priced accordingly.
I do not have a fucking eye, my man. I have the opposite. I see nothing. All this is just like pixels on a screen. None of it means anything to me, and I feel at this point I kind of have to start a new character.
Nice work taking care of the bandits. Corporate Vale will want to hear the good news.
Okay. Bad guy. Let's get him.
Red Templars. Corypheus must have sent them here for some reason.
Alright. Well, at the very least, I can be a little loot goblin. That's fun. Alright. Well, the combat is slightly different than I remember it. I thought it was like a lot more turn-based. But it's not, it's real time. Okay. I'll do it in a minute. Yeah, who's the blue dot? Oh, is that a little bunny? Oh no, it's a little like fennec fox. Wow! Wow wow! It's making the classic fox noise. I hear that shit all the time in Red Dead Redemption 2. The little yap. Wow! Wow! Silly little guy.
Why are you bringing the not fire with us?
I don't know. Why not? Look at those little bugs. Oh.
If the weird magic fire gives out stuff to make everything shiny, it's all right.
Well met, Cyril.
No. But oh yeah, you don't know what game this is kind of vaguely reminding me of? Pillars of Eternity. All right. Ah. Nope. Hmm. Okay. All right.
I understand if resources cannot be spared to help search for the missing Seekers, Inquisitor. Still, it could involve a threat we are unaware of. There may be a use in looking.
Do you have any advice for me?
Watch the treasury carefully, with that Sarah present.
You think she's here to rob us?
Possibly not, but I would hardly put it past her.
That's enough for now.
Another time, then.
Is that all for today?
Not by a long shot.
Oh, Bells, it's you. Morris. Sir Morris, I suppose. I am serving as quartermaster for Skyhold and its arriving throngs. Stores are growing, and so long as we have fair coin to restock, you and yours will be well served.
How's it going? Do we have what we need?
Our capacity increases, as do our requests to suppliers. I've had to threaten some contracts. It was exhilarating.
As you were.
We are here for you, Inquisitor. Nothing? Unfortunate.
Good to see you.
Inquisitor.
Would you guess such a pairing?
I'm now just realizing the pants kind of clip through the coat, and it's bugging the fuck out of me. I just noticed that. You don't really notice it in the shadows as much, but like, yeah. Now that I've seen it, I can't unsee it. Fuck! Wrong door. God damn it. Fuck. I mean, thank God I'm playing this on my PlayStation 5, though, because you think these loading screens are bad, they'd be so much worse on the PS4. I don't know, maybe my PS4 Pro would be alright, but it probably wouldn't.
Yes?
Let's speak later.
Goodbye. Let us begin. Inquisitor.
Okay, there we go. Carrier Oswin. Alright. Cassandra recruits. Maybe I should go talk to Cassandra first?
I understand the Inquisition has tracked down the missing Seekers. Care Oswin. I didn't see Ban Loren as the sort of nobleman that would become involved in this war. The sooner we go there, the sooner I can put this search behind me.
I have some more questions.
As you wish.
You're a member of Navarra's royal family.
The Pentaghasts are a very large clan. Half of Cumberland could say the same.
Really?
No, but it feels that way. I have hundreds of relatives so distant they need charts to prove we're related at all. And they have them. Oh yes. The Pentaghasts value their precious blood like it runs with gold.
And you joined the Seekers to get away from that?
It was a life worth getting away from. The Pentaghasts are famed for dragon hunting, but few actually pursue the craft. Most are fat and lazy. They pay lip service to the Maker and care only for idle pleasures and past glories. My brother was all that kept me in Nevarra. Once he was gone, so was I.
Tell me about your brother.
Anthony was older than I, a dragon hunter, who showed what a Pentagast could truly be. I idolized him. I wanted to hunt dragons as he did, even though our uncle forbade it. Anthony promised to train me in secret. We would hunt together one day, brother and sister, vanquishing the beasts of old. And then he died on me.
That sounds really awful.
It was the end of everything I knew. A group of apostates wanted dragon blood, and wanted Anthony to get it for them. He refused, and they killed him for it. In front of me. I begged the Chantry to let me become a Templar. Instead, they sent me to the Seekers. It took many years to let go of my drive for vengeance.
I think I understand how you felt.
At times I could not breathe. The rage nearly choked me. I sometimes wonder how different my life would be if Anthony was still alive. Would I be a dragon hunter? Married to some noble fool, a mother of 3? I cannot say. I take solace in believing the Maker has a plan, but he is not always kind.
You don't seem to like your homeland much.
My family polluted it for me. What little I saw of my homeland was through the bars of a gilded cage. My uncle treated me like a porcelain doll to be placed on a shelf and dusted only when necessary. Thus I did not see Nevarra, the real Nevarra, until much later. By then I realized I knew it not at all.
Your uncle? What about your parents?
They had the misfortune of taking the wrong side in the second attempt to overthrow King Marcus. The king executed them, but spared my brother and I since we were family, and children at the time. Thus we were raised by my uncle, a Mortalitasi who preferred the company of his corpses to the living.
Your uncle was a Mortalitasi?
A death mage. He still is. My countrymen do not burn the dead, they bury them in special crypts. The Mortalitasi supervise the crypts, like priests. Uncle Vestalis oversees the Grand Necropolis. Nevarrans spend more time honoring dead relatives than they do with living ones. It is odd to be so fascinated with death and its trappings. I will never understand it.
So you were the right hand to the Divine?
To Divine Justinia, yes. And Divine Beatrix before her, in fact. The position is normally reserved for Templars of the Knights Divine, but my circumstances were unusual.
Unusual how?
You don't know the story? Thank the Maker. I will tell you if you wish, but it isn't as exciting as some drum it up to be. The short version is that I once saved the previous Divine's life. My reward was becoming her right hand.
But what does a right hand do, exactly?
What is your hand capable of? It gives, it takes, it beckons. It makes a fist. Liliana and I extended the Divine's reach beyond the Grand Cathedral. We went where she could not. After Beatrix, I was tired of the position and wanted to return to the Seekers. But Justinia convinced me to stay. Her vision for the future gave me hope.
You thought she could really change things?
Justinia knew the war was coming long before it began. She tried to avert it, but the forces arrayed against her were too strong. Sometimes you have to break a bone so it can be reset. That's where the Inquisition comes in. It was to be the answer. A means to preserve as well as an agent for change. I only wish she had lived to see it.
So, what's the story about you becoming the right hand?
Sweet Andraste, do you really want to hear that? It was, what, 18, 20 years ago? Some still discuss it like it happened yesterday. The tale gets bigger each time it's told. I barely recognize myself within it now.
Is Cassandra like 40? I don't, yeah, I don't know, I don't see, yeah, she's gotta be like 40. That's sick. I want more 40-year-old women in fucking fantasy RPGs. Sue me. Anyway,
That's what happens with stories that become legends.
I am not a legend, nor was I then. I was a young woman barely out of training. To hear others tell it